ahead of time payment for the atomic power unit going in. Is that an issue in this election?
The question is on our utility bills, there's a line separate from your charges on kilowatt hours used called nuclear construction cost recovery. Is that an issue in this election? Well, that's the legacy of legislation and the Public Service Commission and what they've done to date. What isn't legacy and what hasn't been resolved? The answer is yes. That was already approved by the legislature, that we would prepay the interest on the nuclear plants. The problem with that is we're seeing, we don't know how much they're going to end up costing or how long it's going to take to construct them. When the last plants were built in the 70s, they took 13 years, and the final cost overrun was 12 times the original budget. Now, I contend that it is an issue in this election, despite the PSC's ruling a couple weeks ago when they looked at the progress of the construction project 6 months in arrears and said that it's only $28 million over budget, yet the independent consultant who's an expert on these matters said, no, that's not right. The project is actually $900 million over budget already and 7.5 months behind. So I, as a commissioner, when those costs come to the commission, there's a set price of $14 billion. That's the certified price without cost sharing, without risk sharing. I would say that this new commission that begins in 2013 ought to not accept all of those cost overruns as a matter of fact, because we don't know where we're going to end up.
Is it even constitutional to do that? I've never heard of a business deal where you pay your interest before you borrow the money.
Is it constitutional? Well, it is unusual. It's like prepaying all the interest on your house before you move in, or all the interest on your car before you move in. And here, you don't know when you don't know when it's going to be done. But yes, and it is. It's actually used in some parts of the country that they've used it for fossil fuel plants, be it natural gas or coal, which have pretty predictable construction costs and schedules. It's unprecedented that it's been put on the back of ratepayers to do it for a nuclear plant. I don't want to hold up the program. I'll be around and I'm glad to take questions afterwards. And if you want to take them as a group afterwards, I'm happy. But thank you for letting me